Hey guys, we are
Bella Dose.
Hey,
we're Boys World.
And we're here with Rob on Front Row Live.
Woo!
What's up, guys? Rob here from Live Entertainment. I am finally hanging out with Boys World. I've been excited about this group since the debut. When you guys first released that little teaser of Please Hold, I was like, something is happening here. There hasn't been any lyrics yet, but I was like, they look like something. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then you guys released Girlfriends, and I was like, okay, something's definitely gonna happen. Like, they're gonna take over the world, and you clearly are doing so. I feel like the last few years, you've kind of got to evolve and understand who you are as artists and individuals in this group. But I'm curious, like, what it was like, that initial process of getting together and trying to figure out where your vocals fit and where your personalities fit in this mix.
Oh, that was a whole process. I feel like, I feel like just because like when we first started, it was like right before, but we had a year as like friends and, you know, to get together and to see the bond and the chemistry. And that's where like it really formed. And then I feel like because then it was and everything shut down, we had the opportunity to like do a lot of things online and on TikTok.
Yes.
And that's where we really got our blown up, like our big break. And that's where people like really discovered us, I feel.
Yeah.
So in a way, it kind of worked out.
You know, in disguise for sure.
Yes.
As far as like kind of figuring out your voices and how they kind of meshed with each other, because you all have like incredible vocal gymnastics in this group, and like the fact that you know where they fit and where they don't, I feel like that's something that's like challenging to kind of get to understand in the first place. What was that process like?
Oh, you know something that we did in the very beginning? So we would actually read the lyrics, like read the whole lyric sheet of what song we were going to do, and then we'd sing it, and then we'd just see like, okay, that sounds good, you sound good there. So it's kind of just like a puzzle piece, because every song is kind of different, but each of us have our, you know, our like unique, distinct tones. So we kind of know where we fit now, because it's been 5 years.
Before we debuted, we spent a year just singing and dancing and in training and really like in vocal lessons, really gaining that strength, gaining all of, you know, what we can do now. And that along with figuring out like what tones fit where and like what even our tones are. Like, they really helped us bring out our tones a lot. And
being in the studio helps a lot, because like you're always hearing your voice, you're hearing it back, you're saying like, oh, I feel good on that part. So I feel like always just being in the studio recording helps.
That's incredible. And today's a big day. Tonight is the release of the new single, first single of 2024, which I'm so excited about. It really is. It really is.
Why is it
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy Boys World New Year.
There you go. But yeah, it's the release of the new single, Caught in Your Love. And, you know, I love the fact that you got to work with Amy Allen and John Bellion. Like, incredible songwriters and artists in their own right. But, you know, take me into that studio process. What was that like? And like, how did you come together and bring your ideas onto the table with their ideas as well?
So for this song, we actually received it as a demo. And an outside song, and we recorded it a very long time ago. I want to say years. How many years? We recorded it like 3 years ago. And at the top of the year, when we had like this big meeting and we were just listening to all these songs, sometimes we like to go back, listen to old songs and see like, what does this feel like? And we sat together and we were like, we really want to be in our pop bag this year for 2024. We really want to, I keep saying that, but it's so true. Like, we just want to see what that's like and really have a cohesive sound. Like, we can do a lot. It's not to brag, but we can. We write songs. We're songwriters, dancers. We've done like R&B. Like, we've dabbled in a lot of stuff. And this song came back on the table and it just felt right. And then, you know, obviously incredible people are behind it. So it's just a really special song. And then the vocals on it. We listened to it again with fresh ears and we were like, oh wait, we can't pass this up.
How could we pass it?
And it's a love song. It's romantic. Like, it's time for that. We've had those songs that maybe are not so romantic. It's time for it.
It's a new era.
New era, something new, something fresh at the same time. Going back to the vocals, because they're so crazy all over the place, everybody's kind of doing this whole performance throughout the song. How did you go about as far as like learning these vocals, and where did you feel that you felt challenged during the recording process?
I think that we used to have a vocal producer who would always challenge us in studio whenever we record any song. And so I think the challenge could be like stamina when we're singing, and like when it comes to the
the dances and shows, we kind of like meet in the middle with the choreographer and being like, okay, this is like, I can't breathe. I'm hyperventilating. Like my chest hurts and my throat is burning. So it's like you find the middle point to where you don't struggle. And then also you shouldn't make it too easy for yourself. So we like to challenge ourselves a little bit and then build our stamina on what that is and what we need to work on. But
And I feel like for me, like I've never really sang this much on like a chorus, like a hook of a song before. So figuring out like how to dance and sing it, I'm like, how are y'all doing that? But it's working, and I'm proud because I'm like, okay, I didn't know I could do that. Yeah. So it's like, okay, and I
You
also
sound
hit my
amazing.
highest note in this song. There's a
I
lot
feel
of
like all of you did. Like,
Yeah, we're doing a lot. Hey.
I also just want to say I appreciate your preparedness. And
Oh,
I
yes.
love these questions.
when I say I'm a fan, like I'm not playing.
Yes,
Like,
and we appreciate good questions. So thank you.
I
thank
also
you, Queenie.
I love how we match too.
Yes.
I was like, so you got the memo
red,
today.
Red is my favorite color. I watched
That's
the video
mine too.
already, and I was like, I gotta bring this because I have a feeling if this is the release show, they're gonna bring the outfit.
You're smart.
So,
I love that.
so, you know, I gotta be prepared. But so, there you go. So the fact that, you know, this is the outfits for the video, it's something fresh, something new. You had this insane choreography that I'm sure you guys weren't like used to at the same time. So how different was this experience like on set while you guys were recording the video?
Well, we had water. So that was like crazy.
Yeah,
we
we've
didn't
never
know.
done that before.
And our feet were like insanely numb from how cold it was. Sometimes I couldn't tell if I was like stepping or not. I was like, I'm just here because I'm here and my foot moved here.
All the way in the desert, so
Yeah.
it was like very windy, which also added to it. It was like
It was our Beyonce moment.
but yeah, it was very cold.
Oh,
But-
I felt like an assistant because my boyfriend was like the BTS photographer on set, and so I got everybody's Dunkin' order, and I like walked on set with everybody's coffee from Dunkin' and like a bagel. It was so fun. Yeah.
Thank you. We worked with our choreographer who also choreographed Girlfriends and Wingman. So we
Something
brought
in
them
the
back.
water.
Des, we love him so much and he killed this song.
He's
Like,
amazing.
it was perfect. It was beautiful. Because I feel like you listen to the song, you're like, how could they choreograph to this? But
Yeah, well, that's how I felt. I was
Yeah.
like, because the whole time I'm listening to the lyrics, I'm like, whoa, this is different. It's more romantic. It's more dreamy kind
yeah,
of.
very vocal
So it's like,
driven.
I feel like creating my own choreography. Not that I'm a choreographer, but creating my own choreography while I'm listening to this, I'd be like, no, this is
How?
not happening.
Yeah.
It was definitely a challenge. But
Yes.
Des can do miracles.
Anything you put in front of him.
Shout out Des, we love you.
made it like really voice well, which we appreciate.
Yes.
What was the favorite lyric on this new single?
Ooh. Wait, I'm biased. I love my verse. I try to
Yeah.
make it my own because like in the demo it was completely different than what I had sang, so I added some runs and I love the lyrics. Like got me deep in ecstasy, give me that feel good, so good.
Yeah, I do
That's
love
how
that
I feel
part.
when I'm in love. So
I do love my part too. I'm wrapped around a feeling in my head like when you just can't get them out of your head. Like, and they're just like, oh, why do I just like you so much? Why do I have this crush right now? So
Your vocal tone on that was like amazing too.
Thank
I was
you.
like, your voice grew on this song. I was like, who is this person?
it was in the studio. It was
I'm
like that
wrapped around a
challenge.
feeling in my head. I was like, whoa! Sorry, something happened. I don't know what happened.
So
Sorry,
he's
sorry,
prepared,
sorry.
he sings, and he wearing red.
And he knows. Jesus.
You guys looking for another member?
I love that. That's so good. You killed it.
But no, really though, like I really did feel like you stepped up your vocals on this track, and
Thank you.
you did the verses twice on this song, and the first verse was different than the second time.
Yeah.
And you know, talk to me a little bit about that, and kind of like changing it up like halfway through the song.
Well, because this was years ago, I have to like bring myself back to that
Where's your
time.
diary?
I know. Shoot, I have it. Maybe I wrote about it, but I remember being in the booth and feeling like, okay, this is like a new placement. I really have to
Yeah.
like open up. And like we said, we like a challenge.
Yeah.
I don't think I knew I was gonna be on the bridge until like last minute, and he was like, okay, do it this way, like try this out. And I was throwing things at a wall, and yeah, it worked. I'm all about tone. I feel like that's one of my strengths is tone. All of us.
sounded like Dua Lipa, just a smidge.
Hey, Dua, call me. Yeah.
Like that's something Dua would do.
Yes. Okay. I
Someone
love
hit
her.
that Ariana though, like at the end of your verse.
Oh,
Who was that? That was you. That was you. You gave us a little railroad ride, like, like It was incredible.
I had to do something. It was the last chorus. You know, we all got our ad libs in there.
Yeah.
We have to make it big.
Take us
That's like
home.
something
Seriously.
Boys World has to do.
Now, I'm excited to catch you guys tonight. I'm excited to see what else is in store for Boys World. But to close this out, because you've had such an incredible discography so far in such a short amount of time, I'm curious, like, what do you feel has been either the most challenging song that you've created or recorded vocals to, or the funnest song that you've done so far?
Oh, I know mine. The funnest one that I've done was the rap on Pina Colada.
Yes.
Because the story behind it.
No.
Tell
Wait,
them,
can we
tell
talk about
them.
this? So basically, she was writing the rest of the rap in the Uber, and I was like, I felt like what's it, a documentary filmer, and I was like, yes. And she's walking down Hollywood Boulevard.
Documentary.
Videographer.
And she was walking down Hollywood Boulevard with her piece of paper, and she's just
just in there.
rapping, and I was like, oh my
People-
god, oh my god. It was just a moment in time.
It was so funny.
And the fact that you like wrote about Aaliyah too, rock the
Yeah,
boat like
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah.
Yeah.
It's so good,
I know. And then when I
No.
got in there,
girl.
and
Oh,
they're like, okay,
yes.
now do it. Like, let's see what you got. And it was
Because
like
they didn't know what you
a
wrote
bunch
yet.
of men, and I was just this little girl. I was like, okay, let's try it out. We did it. They ate it up, and that was history.
Yeah, they didn't have any notes. Kylie just sent it, and
That
they
was my
loved it.
favorite,
So
yeah.
Oh, man. Well, I look forward to doing this again, hopefully sooner than later.
Yes.
I'm catching you guys
Please.
up on that stage later. You guys be
See
sure
ya.
to check out Boys World. New single is out now. It's titled
Caught in your love.
Thanks for watching on
Go
Promo Live.
stream.